Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Hi, how are ya? This is a channel about cross stitch. My name is Cameron. I go by Cam the Stitcher here on Flosstube and on Instagram. I am excited to be here. I am gonna take you, this is gonna be a little bit of a whirlwind. Right off the bat, hi, welcome if you're new here, sorry. If you're returning, 2024 is off to like a crazy start, and I'm trying to figure out like the best times to film and things. Today I'm kind of making time to do this because I leave for market tomorrow. If you are not familiar with what market is, it is called Nashville Needlework Market. It happens right outside of Nashville in Tennessee. And I will be going to help out Kathy Barrick. Kathy reached out to me. She needed a volunteer to help her, run her booth and help her at Needlework Market, which is like crazy. And I said yes. My friend Bridget, that is the museum stitcher here on Flosstube, she is helping Hello from Liz Matthews out, as well as Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. So I will get to meet like my Flosstube friends in real life as well, and it's a wonderful opportunity. I'm literally so excited. And yeah, so I leave tomorrow. I live in Northern Virginia, for those of you that are new here, and so I will be driving. It's like basically a 9-hour drive. So what I'm gonna do is tomorrow night I'm going to stay at like a halfway point, kind of take it easy, and then so that way Friday morning I can have a bit, definitely a lot shorter of a drive, like get some coffee, get there around lunchtime, and yeah, meet people, and like I'm just so excited. Market is essentially like a cross-stitch trade show, so to speak. There's a lot of like networking that happens. All the cross-stitch designers, fabric dyers, floss dyers, all the people in the cross-stitch world, they all go to a hotel, and then cross-stitch shop owners, whether that is online or brick and mortar, they come and they purchase charts and floss and fabric for their shops to sell to us. So anyways, I'm very excited. I have a little bit of imposter syndrome, but we're gonna like fake the confidence, and we're gonna go and we're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna have a good time no matter what. It's gonna be a blast. I'm very, very excited. But today I wanted to do a bit of a stitching update. It's been about 2.5 weeks since my last floss tube. I have lots of whips. I have one finish. I have an FFO. Okay, let's go ahead and do the giveaway winner. So last video I was giving away the Scary Sampler by Heartstring Samplery, and I asked you guys to use the word scary, and the winner is, I will put their comment and their username up here. It was Denise D828. So Denise, reach out to me. You can DM me on Instagram at Cam the Stitcher, or you can email me, that is camthestitcher@gmail.com. So I just need your address and I will get this off to you. It will not go in the mail until after I'm back from market, and I actually have a crazy week after market for work, so it will most likely go out 2 weeks after I get back from market, but I will get it in the mail to you, and congrats. So yeah. All right. So first I'm gonna show you a quick FFO. This was a piece I finished last year at some point, and I had bought this frame from like a Home Goods or TJ Maxx, which I don't frequently go to, but I saw this and I was like, oh, this is cute, and it was like $5, you know? Well, I got home and realized that the glass was like hot glued into the frame, which I guess I would have known that if I had taken a look at probably any of the frames there. I think a lot of them are like that. But anyways, I was able to pop the glass out and kind of scooch this finish in. It was already put on a sticky board, but this was a Patreon pattern last year by the Witchy Stitcher. I don't remember what it's called, and of course it has a fuzzy on it. We love that. It is stitched on 18 count black Aida with all the called for DMC except for any of the called for DMC that were available or was available and DMC Etoile, I replaced it with the Etoile version. So like this is all sparkly. You can kind of see it. The red 666 is sparkly, and the black I think I used was also Etoile. But yeah, I just thought this was like kind of perfect for it. It fit. It was a perfect size. It was a very cheap FFO. I just literally shoved the sticky board in there and then closed it. And it's not perfect, but she's on my wall now, and that's all that matters. So anyways, that was my FFO, which those are rare, but thought I'd show you. And then I will move on to my finish. Some of you, I've already posted this on Instagram. Last video, I was very determined that I was going to finish Love Bug Sampler by Sprouting Lupine. I started this last year in February, I think maybe February 1st or something like that. I started it with my friend Marjorie over at Marjorie Made. That was her first stitch along that she hosted. And I am happy to say that I have finished it. And here she is in all her glory. I love it. These moths at the bottom were no joke. Last time I showed this to you, I literally had like everything up here pretty much done, except I hadn't finished out the 2024. And I had not stitched any of these. So when I picked it back up, I obviously finished this out and then started on these. This was a lot of stitching. And then one of my viewers, and I forgot who, I remember your little profile picture. One of my viewers commented and said, hey, just so you know, she had pulled hers out and she noticed that I was missing this little corner of stitching. And I was like, no, there's no way. Cause I thought for sure, like I was done with everything up here. Sure enough, she was correct. I looked back, had not stitched these few stitches up here, which is so funny. So I went back up there, did that. And then I stitched these in hand. So they did go faster than they probably would have, but I stitched this on a 32 count Picture This Plus Lugana in the color Sprite. It's like a very pale purple. You can kind of see it against this white batting. But Picture This Plus 32 count Lugana is not my friend. This is the last piece I will ever do on said fabric. But I do love it. The weave is just too tight for me. I'm not a fan with 2 strands. The back stitching was super fun to do, and it really pulls the whole piece together. I did save this for last because these are pretty big, long back stitches, so I want to make sure they don't get damaged while I was stitching the rest of it. And yeah, I need to measure this and see if it'll fit in a standard frame. I am not sure, but I think I plan to frame it for now. If not, I've seen so many cool finishes of this. A lot of people joined in last year, and a lot of people have finished this since. I've seen really awesome project bags. I've seen like really big, beautiful pillows that were made out of this. I could totally do like a wall hanging situation, tapestry moment. I don't know. I definitely want it to be cutesy because it like deserves that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm very happy with that. So that is my first finish of 2024 and my only finish of 2024, which is fine. You know, I have lots of goals this year, and I'm trying. I know Bridget in her last video, she was talking about how at this time last year she had started so many things, and like this year, this time now, she's only started I think one cross stitch piece. And I was talking to her, and I looked back at last year's stats as of the end of February, and I had started like 27 things by this time last year. From January 1st to the end of February, I started like 27 things. Now, I'm not knocking it because like I had a blast, but this year, to put it in perspective, I think I've only started like 3 or 4 things. And I think one of those things was like a gift that I'm giving to someone. And like, I was kind of feeling down on myself because I've already started 3 or 4 things. But I was like, you know what? It's not 27 things. And there's nothing wrong with 27 things. It's just that this year that's like, I'm trying to be more mindful of my starts. So anyways, so yeah, I think next, let's see, let's get into some whips. The first whip I'm going to show you is our round robin that me and my buddies are doing. This is Quaker Gardens by Hello from Liz Matthews. If you've been here before, you'll be familiar with this. They will all be listed in the description box below, but this is Elizabeth, from Frizzy Lizzy Stitches. This is her project and I just finished it today, almost, I should say. So this is what her project looks like. Okay. So this is her project. This is the motif that I stitched. The only thing that is missing are my initials, which will go right in here. The only reason I haven't done them yet is because I actually stitched this part in hand. Cause she is stitching this on a 36 count, Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers and the color Mermaid Mule. And she's stitching it with DMC 3842 with 2 strands over 2 on 36 count, which this was my first time doing that. And I actually liked it, specifically with this fabric. I don't think I'd like it with a Picture This Plus 36 count, but this was a vibe. And what else? I don't know. This is gorgeous. Yeah, I just need to put this in a hoop in order to do my initials over 1. And then I will be popping this into the mail either today or tomorrow. The weather's like, it's very cloudy and gray outside today here in Virginia. So I don't know if I really want to leave the house today. So like, might be a tomorrow at lunch type of errand to run, but anyways, I wanted to show that. I will be getting that off into the mail to Maddie from Kitty Stitch. And then I think the last one I have to stitch on is Maddie's, which is the pink on pink. I'm so excited to stitch on it. It already, like, I've seen pictures, I've seen it in my friends' videos, and it looks so good. So I can't wait to stitch on that. And then I'll be sending that off to her, and then I'll get my project back. I'm very excited. So, and then we all have to obviously stitch the entire bottom section. So it won't be done when it gets to us, but like it'll be almost done. So I'm excited. So since this year I'm doing lots of goal-based stitching each month, I'm going to copy my friend Bridget, and I'm going to kind of take you through my whips per goal. So first I'm going to start with my whip go goals. Then I will move on to my Pickle Whip, which is by Marjorie Maid. If you're not familiar, I would check out her Instagram. And then I will do my other monthly goals and then whatever random things that I ended up stitching on as well. So first let's do Whip Go. Whip Go was a bit of, well, one of my goals was not met, and that's okay. I did not have as much time in the month to stitch as I thought I did. So this was one of my Whip Go calls for February. This is Bella Filipina's Gaia the Earth Goddess. This was gifted to me by my friend Kat at Whittier Stitches. She is also stitching this, and she started up here in the face. I would go check out her channel here on Flosstube to see that. I think she's stitching on like a darker fabric too, if I'm remembering correctly. It looks great. I started in the middle, and this is where I got to this month. So again, it kind of looks like nothing, but we're starting to get some dimension in that dress there. And I did start stitching with the Krynic, which this was my first time stitching with Krynic. And I mean, yeah, like it wasn't fun, but it's sparkly, so it looks good. And so therefore it is fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this, but I didn't prioritize this one. It's also like, I think it's because it's still February and it's still pretty like dreary out, that this is more of like a summer stitch to me, but that's okay. I will probably pull this back out this year at some point, no solid goals. I'd love to be able to finish my Whip Go goal like at any point this year, and then I'll be able to mark it off complete. But as of right now, it is an incomplete goal, which is fine. My other whip, that was my Whip Go goal. I did finish my goal for this. So originally my goals for each of these were 1,000 stitches each, and then I changed them to be more. And I have since changed it back because my board, my rules, as I believe Pam from Just Keep Stitching says, my board, my rules, I had originally put that goal. I thought that I would have more stitching time, so I upped the goal, but I have since put it back down to 1,000 stitches, which I was able to complete on this. So this is the Christmas wreath by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And I'm stitching this on a 28 count Lugana by Be Stitch Me in the color Hot Cocoa. And that is where I got to. So I did start in the middle with the little house, the little pink house. And I think I have all of this done and the reindeer done. And so now I just really have the windows left and the fill-in of the pink house. And then I'll start in on the bow that's down here, and then, you know. But this is, my goal is complete for the year on this. It's not quite to 10%, which I would like to get it to. So I will probably pull this back out at some point this year, but maybe for a Pickle Whip that comes up or whatever. But for Whip Go, she is done. So next we'll talk about Pickle Whip. Pickle Whip, Pickle Whip. Say that like 80,000 times fast. It is just starting to rain, so that's a vibe. The first Pickle Whip of February was a whip with flowers. I went ahead and counted my vanity sampler goal as that. Is that Pickle Whip, and I've already shown you that in my last video, so that was that. But the second Pickle Whip of February was a whip that you started in 2022. So I did not put this up to a vote. I decided to pull out cryptids because I really wanted to get this done last year and that just didn't happen. So this is what I pulled out, and I ended up coming up here and working on Mr. Bigfoot. And I almost finished the fill-in on him, but I didn't, and then I put it away. But this is where it's at. I'm stitching this on a 28 count linen, natural linen. And I already have the Supernatural stitch along completed and framed, and it was with the same fabric. So yeah. Next time I pull this out, I will finish this one, and then I will move on to whatever is here. I think it's like the death worm, and then I'll start to move down because I, again, am stitching this in hand now, and I go from top to bottom. That's the way I stitch in hand. It works for me. I know some people do it differently, but yeah, so that is that. That was my only Pickle Whip that I have to show you. I guess Pickle Whip is redundant. So my two major monthly goals, or three major monthly goals, are the Days of Christmas by Hello from Liz Matthews, the Vanity Sampler by Hello from Liz Matthews, and then Mary Morgan's by Fox and Rabbit. I never got to Mary Morgan's this month. It's fine. It is what it is. I got the Vanity Sampler goal done, and I already showed that to you last video. But my Days of Christmas, I also have not gotten this done, but I did get some work on it since you last saw it. So I am doing all of the trees for this series. And this is where I got to. That's better. I feel like this lighting is like blowing it out. There we go. Here we go. So I have finished this bird completely. I just have a little bit of tail left here. I have one leaf left, and then I just have the houses, the bottom border, and a couple of snowflakes, I think. But I started this house and put my own initials in. For the other houses, I don't think I'm going to do initials. I think I'm just going to make little windows, which I've seen on Instagram. I want to say it was Savory Sewing, Savory Stitches. I want to say that she had done that with hers. I'm stitching this on a 36 count linen by Fiber on a Whim in the color Ivy, and I'm stitching it with one strand of called for DMC, pretty much. I did change the snowflakes to be white, obviously, on this fabric, and then for everything that's in 310, I changed to 3021. Next is my full moon stitch, which is the sampler, the reproduction Quaker sampler called Sarah Moon, 1791, I want to say. I can never remember. I'm stitching this with my girlfriends, Megan at the Seattle Stitcher, Bridget at Museum Stitcher, and Marjorie at Marjorie Made. And we're stitching this on the full moon of every month. I pulled this out on the full moon this month and got a little bit done. Not a whole lot, but something. So I finished this green motif. I stitched more into this, and then I started this purple squirrel. And then I finished this tiny little motif, which that's nice. I love when there's tiny little, like, these motifs. Like, this one's done. This was all that's stitched. It feels like a little small win, which is all I need sometimes. I'm stitching this on a 40 count Atomic Ranch linen in the color Wild Mint. And I'm stitching this with my own conversion of DMC. I call it my Whimsy Goth conversion. You can find it on my Instagram. I'll show you the threads right here. There we go. Here we go. They're not, they need to just be a little untangled, and then there you go. Yeah, very fun. The original colorway is also gorgeous. If you want to see what that looks like in the Vicki Clayton silks, go check out Megan, the Seattle Stitcher, and Bridget. And then Marjorie is stitching this on a pink linen called Truffle by Picture This Plus with my conversion. So it's really fun. We all have like a different look going, but it's that's what I love about especially Quaker samplers. Like, they're very easy to just pick out some colors you like and pop them in there. I'm telling you, this was like one, I think I spent probably an hour and a half picking these colors out. And then I wrote them down and I was like, this is it. If you're ever curious how I do my color conversions, it is like a whirlwind for about an hour. I write it down and take a picture of it, and I'm like, okay. And then sometimes I forget about it and I never start the project. So I have a couple of projects like that where I have a whole color conversion and I'm like, eh. Then I just don't start the project. So anyways, let's talk about random whips that I pulled out. So in February, my friends and I, it was really Bridget that started the idea of pink February stitching. I did not get a lot of pink February stitching done, but obviously I finished Love Bugs, which is awesome. And a lot of my whips have pink in them. But one thing I did want to pull out, and I did for one day, I pulled out Iron Maiden by D's 20 Stitches and Uncanny Kari. And I'm stitching this with the called for Brennan Needle flosses, or Brennan Nettle flosses, yes, I don't know. And I'm stitching it on the called for Brennan Nettle fabric in Fizzy Pop, I think it's called, 36 count. And that's where I got to. Sorry for the not ironing, but I quite literally had no time to do. This is my lunch break. So this, I worked up here and started the bow situation. And that's really all I got done, which is fine. This is on my Whipco board, so I will pull this back out eventually. But this fabric is everything. There you go. Sometimes the board is good and sometimes it's like not really doing anything for me. Gorgeous. I think when I pull this out again, I do want to complete the fill-in down here and then go back up here and do more of the bow. I love this so much. The colors are so fun. Now, the last whip I'm going to show you, this I only pulled out for like, again, one stitchy session. I wanted to make this a monthly goal because I'm going to the Queen City Stitch Retreat in October, and the guest designer is Autumn Lane Stitchery, so I wanted to finish my Queen of the Earth, Dark Queen of the Earth stitch along, but I don't know, I'm like not motivated to stitch on this. So anyways, this is what she looks like. I did a complete conversion. I designed my own deer skull head situation. The horns are as charted by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I just made them work onto this head. So when I pulled this out this month, I finished this arm and this hand, and then I went over here and started to do more of this arm, and that's where I stopped. So not a lot, but I thought I'd show it. I'd like to pull this out every month, but I already have a lot of goals going on, and that's on me. So we'll see. I don't know if this is on my Whipco board. Who knows? I will tell you, let's go ahead and just jump into plans. I will tell you my Whipco calls for next month. One is Mary Morgan's. So I'm going to try to do about 2,000 stitches on Mary Morgan's because I didn't get to her this month. If I get to 1,500, if I get to 1,000, I'll be happy, but I would like to aim for 2,000 on her. And then what's my other one? My other one is a full coverage, which I'm really excited about because I've been in such a full coverage mood. The full coverage that got called in March is Arcadia. It is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artist is Bob Doucette. Let's talk about it. Heaven and Earth Designs and a couple of other, I'm not like as well versed in the full coverage side of cross stitch. I do really enjoy it. I talked last time how I think full coverage stitching is like a whole hobby in and of itself. My full coverage whips are no longer being counted in my regular whip pile. I have set out a separate dedicated page in my Notion for them because it's a different hobby. I have been in a big mood to stitch on them. Heaven and Earth Designs and a couple of other companies have started to release AI generated charts. We can all argue till we're red in the face about what this means, right? I think that that crafting gaming Jamie here on Flosstube, she released a video about it because she is very much a full coverage stitcher. That is the majority of what she does. She really enjoys it, and she made a lot of really good points, so I'm not gonna just go watch her video. But what I do want to say is, unfortunately, I know this from my job. I'm a content writer, and while I'm not, you wouldn't necessarily call me an artiste, I do have original human thoughts, and I have my own writer's voice, and so this kind of hits a little close to home because AI is now being introduced into a lot of companies, and whether that is generative AI or whatever type of, there's lots of different types of AI. I'm not going to get into that because I'm not an expert. But what I want to say is similar to the late 90s, early 2000s, where the internet was not necessarily like brand new, but it was more widely used and more accessible to more people all at once. Those were the wild, wild west times of the internet, so to speak. We are in that for AI. It is wild, wild west times for AI technology. A lot of companies are very vague when they talk about AI technology, and that is on purpose. The reason being is because there have not been a lot of major authoritative figures in tech, in government, in commercial industry, in retail industry, in design, in art industry, any of that. There has not been a big consensus that AI is good, right? Nobody has said that. And therefore, these companies that want to experiment with AI in whatever way that is, they kind of get to be vague about it, because they don't want to put their foot down either way, but they want to see if it makes them money. Okay, editing Cameron here. I am speaking about AI to the best of my knowledge. I have not done an insane amount of research, but I do want to like clarify like kind of what I'm saying too, is that obviously some companies have, you know, said certain things of like, we're using AI in this way, or like, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that everyone is being vague about it, but it does create this opportunity where people that do want to experiment with AI in the art industry specifically, like in the design industry, whether that's fashion, cross stitch, whatever, it is more nuanced. It is not necessarily that AI is 100% bad, and it's definitely not 100% good. So, okay, go watch Darling Bluebell here on Flosstube. She has a great video that is very much more detailed, and she has a lot more knowledge and more educated on the subject. And I really urge you to go watch her video as well, and just to grasp the idea. She made the point that all of us stitchers should be at least semi knowledgeable about, again, it's just being about, it's not having to know exactly what AI does and how it works. It is about just being aware of where AI is being used. And like, as a consumer, like I'm about to go on to say, you know, you just have to be aware of it. You don't have to be scared of it. Again, this is what she said. You don't have to be scared of it. You just have to be aware of it. And yeah, so sorry. Continue on past Cameron. They want to see if it can cut down cost of labor. They want to see if they can use it in a way that gets things done quicker, faster, and cheaper. I don't know the ins and outs of AI technology when it comes to cross-stitch, to art in general. I know that there are certain tools that do steal from artists. I know that there are certain tools that do not steal from artists, that certain amount of artists consent to having their art used in said AI tool. But at the end of the day, I don't think it really benefits anyone except for the companies that are making money off of it. And this really sucks because we as consumers now have to be mindful of what we're purchasing. And at the same time, it's the wild, wild west. And so like, what is the right answer? And is there a right answer? And should I still be buying from these companies? Should I not? Is AI okay with art? If the artists are consenting, are they using the right tool? Are like, you know what I mean? I mean, again, like we can all talk about it till we're red in the face. I don't know what the answer is. As of right now, and I'm going to be 100% transparent, I will not be purchasing anything from Heaven and Earth Designs again, for now. There are lots of things that come up that companies do or say or make or whatever that a certain amount of people, certain number of people, certain individuals do not agree with, right? And they may call that company out. They may call for a boycott. They may say, well, I'm not buying from this company ever again. Some people have issue with that, right? What I do want to say is at the end of the day, we're consumers. We can spend our money where we want to, and no one can tell us where to spend our money. If I don't agree with what a company has done in the past, and that feels icky to me, even if they've apologized, even if they've changed the name of something, even if they've changed, you know, their philosophy and their ideas, maybe they've even had, you know, they've researched and done some education and they've really, you know, whatever. At the end of the day, it's my decision on whether or not I'm going to buy from that company ever again. if that company has different ideals than me and I don't agree with those ideals and I don't want to necessarily spend my money to benefit that person, then I don't need to. That's that. I mean, it's really that simple. It's, hey, it's the same thing as, oh, I purchased this thing from this company and it took, 2 months to get to me and they wouldn't communicate with me. I emailed them. I tried going to their customer service. Whatever. Or, hey, I got this thing from this company. It was damaged and they wouldn't reach back out to me. I tried calling them. They wouldn't communicate. Or, I went into this store and the woman was really mean to me and, the cashier was really mean to me. Or I had a bad experience in this store or this restaurant because something chaotic happened and it really, like, whatever the case is, you don't have a good experience somewhere or whatever. At the end of the day, you are a consumer, you are a customer, and you don't have to spend your money where you don't want to spend it. Anyways, that's that. I really urge you to go watch Crafty Gamey Jamie's video on AI art and specifically in cross stitch designing or pattern making for full coverages. She had a smoother way of saying probably what I'm saying. And again, it's Wild Wild West. There is no definitive answer I have for you. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point, but I just wanted to put that out there, that I have seen it. I do know that exists and that I'm just keeping that in the back of my mind when it comes to, in the future, if I purchase full coverage patterns, I will be looking into whether that company has AI generated art and what that looks like and how that's disclosed. So that's how I feel. Let's get into some stitchy kindness. So my friend Jen from Jen's Fiber Web. I will put her username on the screen. She is on Instagram and on Flosstube. Please go check her out. She has, first of all, I just like a lot of the whips that she has, a lot of things kitted up. I think she recently did a kit parade not too long ago. And then she also is a prolific knitter. She has lots of crazy, funky, beautiful socks that she has knitted. I believe she showed those off in her kit parade. But yeah, please go watch. She sent me, first of all, these really cute stickers in this cute little bag. She sent this to me, I think, at the end of last year. And I totally forgot to show it in my last video because I went like a month without filming. Anyways, so she sent me this really cute, this is like a gay UFO sticker and this really cute sticker. I'm gonna put these, I might put this one on the back of my Kindle, and then this one will probably go on I have bobbin boxes that I use. And then she gave me this really cute purple duck, and it says, sending you big duck energy. You've got this. Ducky is here if you ever need a little cheer. So I will probably hide this on the tip of a shelf just so that he can sit up there. And then a really cute washi tape, which I very much appreciate. As a former bullet journal person, we love washi tape. And then she sent me this vintage Erica Michaels pattern. It's called Harvest Hannah, which is adorable. My sister's name is Hannah. And she said it reminded her of Raggedy Ann, who I have a love for. And I just think this is so cute. It looks like, so this is the bigger version that they stitched, and they did they did hair. I don't know if this is tinsel or if it's floss that they did. And then this one's a smaller stitched version where they did the cross stitches for the hair. And I think that's the back of her. So it comes with, the pattern for the front and the back, so you can make a little stand up. She is adorable. I'm almost I would stitch this on an 11 count or a 10 count and make her big stand up. Or even a 28 count natural linen. Ugh, she's adorable. Adorable. I think the back of her is actually so cute. Okay, so I think this is actually Rainbow Gallery thread. Yeah, that's gotta be it, because it does look metallic. anyways, that is so fun. So thank you, Jen. Thank you for sending that. I really, really appreciated it. Maybe next year I need to have a month where I just start a bunch of vintage patterns, because I have probably a handful. I do have a Raggedy Ann pattern too, and I need to start them. Some good old fashioned oatmeal Aida, some 28 count, 25 count natural linen. That might be a vibe. Anyways, so I think that is it for stitching, stitchy kindness, AI rant, right? Yeah. So let's talk about market. I want to take you through some of my top market picks, some things I would like to pick up if possible. I am excited about so many patterns, but I tried to narrow it down. So first, I want to talk about Carriage House Sampling. They came out with this really cute strawberry house. I'll pop everything up on the screen as I'm talking. I really want to pick that up. Kathy Barrick, I love everything that she's put out, but if I had to narrow it down, I would say I don't remember the names, but I'll pop it up on the screen. It was like this really cute pink house, and it comes with a pin keep as well that is really cute, has a cute little lady on it. And then the swirly situation. If you watch True Detective season 1 and season 4, you'll know what I'm talking about, but it kind of reminds me of that. It's so whimsical. I'm in love. It is a must stitch. Like, that is my top contender for like a market start this year. And then Little Robin Designs, they killed it. Okay, Emma Thatcher, I love this sampler. I'm like not the biggest sampler stitcher. I do have a few that I really love. They have to be like pretty unique, really colorful, or just something like it's very pleasing to my eye. This one is just very pleasing. I do love the colors. I'm just into it. And then of course, Grace Gill. That sampler is bonkers. I want to stitch the whole thing, but I might be good and I might just get the pin keeps that she's offering of the cat and like the griffin creature. And I'm definitely going to stitch those because that's really what I want to stitch out of that sampler is that enormous cat. So I'm definitely going to pick that up. Floral Etchings 2 by Heart and Hand. I liked the first one, but I didn't pick it up. But this one really caught my eye. I think I like, these are a little bit funkier. And then, of course, Hello from Liz Matthews. I want everything that she put out. But if I had to narrow it down, of course, Spring House. I mean, what else do I have to say? And also, like, I have this greenhouse of oddities done. I need more greenhouse. There's a little greenhouse on the side of the house. It's so cute. And then, of course, the 10th Day of Christmas Tree. As you all know, I'm stitching all of the Christmas trees of that, not the samplers, of that collection. And the fact that she put this one on blue fabric, I'm like, yes, perfect. Because I'm making all of mine on colorful fabric. And I was like, that's, the choice is already made for that. So I'll definitely be stitching that on that blue fabric. And then I love Bendy Stitchy Designs. Michelle, she released this, I think it's called, what is it? Pocketbook peacocks. Yes. The peacocks are insane. I regretted not getting the February AV bird box from Jessie at Mislaid Pages. They kill it with those boxes. I'm telling you, I haven't picked any of them up, but I watched the unboxings, and I've gotten some cross stitch boxes in the past, and from what I'm seeing, February AV, I cannot say that word. The bird boxes from Mislaid Pages, Jessie kills it. Like, they've got some good stuff in there. And I saw the unboxing for the second box this year, and I'm mad that I didn't get it because I want to stitch everything in there. And then lastly, Annie B's, their 12 Days of Christmas little stocking situation. Do I need another 12 Days of Christmas pattern situation? No. But do I want them? Yes. So I'll probably be picking that up. And then they also have like a sampler. I don't remember what it's called, but it has a pink house, which that's a theme for me. I love a pink house. and it's just very pretty. I'd probably change the verse on it, but like I'm into it, and it's not that big of a sampler. So yeah, those are my market picks. I'm very excited to go. I'm nervous. I've been pretty anxious all week, but it's happening. So if you're going to market, please DM me, let me know. I can't wait to meet everyone. I can't wait to meet my real, like, she is my friend, for real, for real. I talk to her every day, Bridgen. I'm so excited to meet her. Like, I can't believe I'm literally seeing her in like 2 days. That is crazy. And I can't wait to meet, like, I just can't wait to meet so many people. It's gonna be so fun. So anyways, I will see you next time. I'm not gonna talk about books or anything. Anyways, I guess a quick life update. Yeah, work's been horrible and crazy and terrible. And I'm not gonna dwell on that too much, but I've just been, I went to the dermatologist. If y'all have not noticed in my videos, I do wear makeup in all of my videos. I've been having a really tough time with rosacea, what I definitely thought was rosacea. My dad has rosacea, like I knew, I was like, this is what it is. I finally went to the dermatologist, have been putting that off for 2 years. And sure enough, rosacea. So I got some medication for it, and I'm telling you, like, I'll get up close. It's so much better. Like, I wish I had a before picture. I do not, but the texture on my skin is so much better. All I have on today is I have like a green, like primer thing that you just rub in, kind of gets rid of the redness. And then I put a little bit of concealer on in certain spots and under my eyes. And like the redness, like that's really all that's left here. And I was getting really bad breakouts, which a lot of that was due to stress and everything. So I'm trying to center myself. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for those that like, subscribe, comment. I really do read every single comment. I try to reply to quite a bit of them, but I always make sure I go and like them and make sure that you know that I've read them. I really appreciate it. Thank you for interacting with me and continuing to watch. I know it's a little crazy over here, a little cuckoo and a little fun, but yeah, I will hopefully see you. Let's see, market is this weekend. Next week will be crazy for me for work. So the week after that, hopefully I'll be able to film an update video. I'll do a little bit of a market recap. I don't know how much I'm going to like film while I'm there, like vlog style. I don't know how comfortable I am doing that. I know there will be lots of pictures and things. I hope, I'm trying to look good. I'm trying to look good. Hopefully. Also, those of you that are coming to market, I do want to warn you, I'm tall-ish. I'm 5'10". I'm a big woman. If y'all were curious, I'm a big woman and I'm proud of it. I try to be. But yeah, so I'm excited to see everyone, and yeah, so I will talk to you next time. Thank you for joining. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to keep seeing my videos, and I really appreciate all the comments. So I will see you next time. Bye, baby.